Hello, Arban Duet fans. Welcome back. This is number 28 in my edition, page 318, by Felix Mendelssohn, a very famous composer whose music I very much enjoy. And this is called "I Would That My Love." And you can go online and find the words to it. It's played by a lot of different instruments, but I think it was originally conceived as a vocal duet. And what's interesting about this one is you have some pretty broad dynamic changes. I don't know how much those will come through. I'll try and do some of that, but I want you to be aware of that when you're playing along with the part, whichever part you're playing. The other thing that's important about this is interval relationships, pitch. Now that's always important. When you have two instruments playing together, they want to be agreeing in terms of what we call locking in the accuracy of the pitch between the two instruments. And the easiest way that happens is if both people simply tune to a standard. I'm playing at about A441, I think, because that's what I'm used to from the Boston Symphony. Every orchestra tends to have its, well, it does have its standard pitch that it's decided that it plays at. The pitch relationships are really, really important. So you have a standard, and you have those two people that if they both conform to the standard, even when they're playing individually, you could put the parts together and it'll be in tune. So if any of you have done recording and tried to play duets, recording yourself and playing with the recording, you may notice that, among other things, is one of the problems that you run into is how well in tune it is. Of course, this is like any other perception. It has to do with how well you're hearing that it's in tune. Now, you can go crazy about this, and as a matter of fact, in the BSO, there was a particular individual who was dubbed the intonation police, is what he was called, because whenever he would hear something out of tune, he would just immediately react, and it's like, okay, who's doing that? And that's a negative way of doing it. What you should think of it is agreeing with. But this is a skill that has to be learned, and there are lots of ways to practice it. I'll get into that stuff when we talk about practice techniques and various physical skills that are involved in doing it. But for most people, if you're playing the instrument pretty well, it's just a matter of listening and putting the pitch where you hear that it belongs. Now the problem with this piece is that a lot of the time the notes are moving pretty rapidly, and as the notes move, as those intervals are changing, you don't have time to actually tune them. On the longer notes, you have a little bit more time to hear whether they're in tune. So this is a matter for critical listening skills. And that's what you want to try and develop when you're playing any duets or when you're playing with any group. So this is something that advanced players practice quite a bit. And I'm by no means perfect at this skill. I don't know anybody who is, but some people have what they call perfect pitch or pitch memory, and that helps to some degree. If you have actual absolute pitch, which is quite rare, then you hear the pitch at a particular pitch level, and it's difficult for you to accept another pitch level. So if I'm playing at 441 and you're hearing it at 440, it's going to bother you a little bit. Sorry about that if you have absolute pitch. But most of us don't have absolute pitch. What we need is relative pitch and to hear when the notes agree. That's the main thing. So after that short lecture, I'm going to go ahead and play the second trumpet part. And a good way to practice this is if you can memorize the sound of the first trumpet part when I'm playing the second trumpet part and just sing along with it. Don't even try and play it on the trumpet first and see if you can sing it in tune. Now, that requires a certain amount of vocal control, but it's usually easier than doing it on the trumpet. Okay, here we go. Okay. That's a nice, relaxing little tune, isn't it? I hope you enjoy that. Now I'm going to go ahead and play the first trumpet part. And again, really enjoy working on this. If you hear that you have problems with the pitch, what I recommend that right off the bat is we're in the key of E flat on the B flat trumpet. So just practice your scale and use a tuner for reference, or use a drone pitch, a continuous pitch. In this case, the tonic E flat would be a good place to start. And just use the perceptual ability that you have available to you to hear whether each note is in tune with that drone or whether you're matching the tuner. Now, these are the elementary kind of things, and most people don't do this work because it's work. But when it allows you to play more beautifully with other people, it's good work, right? So I offer you that as choosing a discipline that leads to freedom. That's basically what it is. Okay, here we go. First trumpet part. Okay, enjoy that one. I did. I will see you later on. Have a good day. Bye-bye.